My husband told his business partners, my wife, she just plays around with crafts. It's cute, keeps her busy. I was standing in the doorway holding our daughter. He didn't see me. The next morning, he woke up to find that his cute little craft business had just been acquired for $4.2 million, and I'd filed for divorce. My name is Lauren. I'm 35, and I run an online business selling custom wedding stationery. My husband, Greg, is 38, a commercial real estate broker who makes around $200,000 a year. We've been married for 9 years with a 6-year-old daughter, Mia. Greg has always treated my business like a hobby. When people ask what I do, he says, Lauren makes pretty cards. He's never shown interest. He just sees me working from home in yoga pants. Last Thursday, Greg hosted a dinner at our house for potential investors in a strip mall development. I'd put Mia to bed and was coming downstairs when I heard them in the dining room. Your wife works? One man asked. Greg laughed. She plays around with crafts, makes wedding invitations or something like that. It's cute and keeps her busy, but it's not a real business. The men chuckled. At least she's not spending your money at the mall. Exactly. I stood in the doorway holding my water bottle while going upstairs. Here's what Greg didn't know. My little Etsy store hadn't been on Etsy for 2 years. I'd built a full-scale e-commerce platform with 3 employees, partnerships with 200 wedding planners, and contracts with 15 luxury hotels. Last year, we did $2.1 million in revenue. 2 months ago, I'd been in acquisition talks with Papery & Company, a major wedding brand. They wanted my client list, my designs, and my vendor relationships. The offer was $4.2 million. I hadn't told Greg because every time I mentioned a big client win, he'd say, "That's nice, honey," and go back to his phone. Friday morning, Greg left for a property showing. I called my acquisition attorney. I'm ready to move forward. How quickly can we close? If you sign today, we can finalize by Monday. I drove to her office and signed everything. By 5 p.m., the wire transfer was in my personal account. $4.2 million, minus taxes and legal fees. I walked away with $3.1 million. Saturday morning, I called a divorce attorney. By afternoon, I'd filed paperwork. Greg would be served Monday. Sunday night at dinner, Greg mentioned his investor meeting. I think they're interested. Could close a $2 million deal by end of quarter. That's great, I said. Yeah, it's good someone in this family is focused on real business. I nodded and cleared the plates. Monday morning, a process server arrived at Greg's office. He called me at 11 a.m., furious. What the hell is this? Divorce papers? Yes. Over what? We didn't even fight. You told your investors I play around with crafts and should just be a housewife. Lauren, I was joking. You're being ridiculous. I sold my business Friday for $4.2 million, walked away with $3.1 million after taxes. It's in my personal account, acquired entirely during the marriage through my own work. But you're right, I was just playing around. Silence. You made $4 million? Yes. And according to my attorney, since I built the business myself with no financial contribution from you, and you repeatedly dismissed it as a hobby, I have a strong case for keeping the entire amount as separate property. Lauren, wait, we can talk about this. You had 9 years to talk about it. You chose to mock me instead. I hung up. Greg showed up at the house that night. I'd already changed the locks. He could see me through the window with Mia, making dinner. Let me in. This is my house. The house is in my name. I bought it 3 years ago when I refinanced using business revenue. You didn't even notice. His face went white. What? Check the deed. It's public record. Over the next weeks, Greg's attorney tried everything. Claim spousal contribution. Argue community property. Demand half the sale price. My attorney crushed every argument. She had 9 years of documentation showing Greg never contributed and publicly dismissed my work as a hobby. His own friends confirmed his statements. The judge ruled in my favor. I kept the money and the house. Greg got to keep his strip mall deal and his real estate commissions.